To sing Norma, you really have to be ready with this arsenal of vocal technique, of acting technique, of physical strength. You just have to be like Superwoman to sing it.
Well, Norma is really the pinnacle of bel canto singing. In a way, it's the essence of bel canto.
But I love singing it, and I think that that's why it has kind of become a signature role. I like the character, and I think that that shows when I sing it that the audience really sees that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I think I'm correct in saying that this will be Isabel Leonard's role debut. I am so excited. She and I, we know each other. We've never worked together.
My favorite moment from Norma is the duet Norma Adalgisa from the second act, Mira Norma. It's probably the most magical piece of music ever written.
We have Stephen Lord conducting, who is a long-time friend of mine. He is really a bel canto specialist. He has such finesse, which is what this piece demands from a conductor. We have Russell Thomas as the tenor, who sang it with me in San Francisco as well, and an amazing, powerful voice that you see this guy and you think, where is this voice coming from? And on top of that, a wonderful actor. Yes, the music, glorious. The story, that's why Norma has survived. It's so hard to sing and not cry. It's really beautiful. It's just a gorgeous production.
What's so extraordinary about Handel, and you wouldn't ever think that about an 18th century composer, that psychologically he was able to depict his characters so precisely and to, express their emotions in his music in a way that makes him a very, very special figure in opera.
Ariodante might be one of the most accessible of his operas. It's glorious music.
Ariodante is a spectacular opera. It's got something in it for everyone.
It has everything that a good opera needs. It has love, it has jealousy, it has treason, it has a real bad guy.
And obviously, you need certain singers on stage who can pull that off.
When I saw the casting for this, I sort of did a double take. I thought, oh my gosh, what an incredible cast.
We're so lucky to have Jane with us.
It's always fun to learn a new Handel role because you literally get to dive into the score. So I'm just looking forward to adding her to my repertoire.
I think it makes it special that this is the first Handel opera that Johannes will be conducting, and I very much look forward to that.
This whole cosmos of Baroque music really fascinates me. And Handel in particular, he stands out as the one with the greatest melodic inventions probably ever.
Richard Jones really is one of the most brilliant directors on the operatic scene today, and especially what he's done with our production of Ariodante, which he sets in this remote community, which could very well be, somewhere in Newfoundland or Labrador or one of those very, far away places on the Atlantic coast.
The production is spectacular. It's a really a virtuoso piece. It's phenomenal.
The problem with Mozart is that everything he wrote is best of Mozart.
The Magic Flute is it's fantastical, and it's so much fun to perform. I mean, the music itself is just beautiful, but when you're performing it, you feel like you're in a cartoon. You really feel like you assume the role that you're playing.
What this opera is for me is the search for true love and what one has to go through to find it.
Tamino is a prince, but at the beginning of the opera, he's very naive. He doesn't really know what love is, but I don't think he really discovers the meaning of love until further on in the opera when he's had a chance to face the trials and really find out what kind of person he is.
Papageno is not a true innocent. He's wily, he's belligerent, he's obnoxious, and I think these character traits of Papageno are the reason that the audience laughs.
Well, I'm very happy that Bernard Labadie is coming to the COC. I think it's his COC debut, and obviously he's an eminent Canadian conductor, and Ashley was involved when the production was new in 2011, and I'm really happy that she's coming back to stage it again.
So coming back now and directing a revival of one of my most favorite operas and this production that I care so much about really means a great deal to me and is a real gift and an honor.
Magic Flute is such a family-oriented show. It's something that you can really bring the whole family to and go on this journey with the characters.
There's romance, there's drama, there's suspense, and of course there's beautiful music.
Coming to see the Magic Flute, you're not only going to get gorgeous tunes, but you're also going to get hummable tunes that you can walk out of the theater singing.
So with Götterdämmerung, the ring cycle comes to an end.
This, brings us to the end of a not so little Wagner journey that we have started 2 years ago.
In all of the ring operas, Wagner proves himself this master of orchestration, of creating the most powerful, riveting, captivating musical moments in operatic history, if not in music history.
Brunhilde always has been a dream role for me. From the time I was a baby singer in my 20s, when people started saying that I was going to be a dramatic soprano, I hoped that they were right because I wanted to sing this. She is one of the most fully fleshed out characters, I think, in all of opera. We're lucky enough to have a conductor here who is sensitive enough to know that sometimes you turn the volume up to 11, or sometimes you bring it down to next to nothing. And not only can he do that, this orchestra can do that with him.
There will be around 100 musicians in the pit working quite hard and working for quite a long time, an extended time, to bring that Musikdrama to life.
Really big. It's also the only of the ring operas that uses a chorus. It's kind of nice to bring back the COC chorus into the Wagner country. Obviously, the immolation scene is really one of the most thrilling pieces of music ever written, and I'm even more thrilled that Christine Goerke is going to come back.
I would have my soprano badge taken away from me if I didn't say the immolation scene, because it is the most remarkable composition.
It is addictive. That's maybe also this kind of the miracle of his music.
Well, it's gripping. Wagner is gripping. It grabs your soul and doesn't let go until the final note.
The thing that's so great about the story of Louis Riel is that it resonates today as much as it resonated 50 years ago, as much as it resonated back in the 1880s.
And there's, of course, the challenge to bring this political, historical drama on stage and to make it relevant for our time.
Peter Hinton really is one of the preeminent Canadian directors.
I think both Alexander and I and our colleagues felt that there probably wasn't a director in the country who had a better feel for the material than Peter Hinton.
He's going to bring a very unique perspective to it, but also really put it in the necessary context.
Riel is a contentious history, so it's terrifically challenging. I have no interest in trying to represent a Métis or Aboriginal voice. That would be dishonest. But it must include voices and perspectives of all sides in this. It's not just dusting off a nostalgic piece. It's really re-looking at it again.
Well, I think it should be a matter of pride to have an all-Canadian cast for a piece like Louis Riel, but we also just happen to have all the great people that we need in and from this country.
As a Canadian singer, to be part of Riel is a dream come true.
In some ways, it feels like we're making history again here, doing this piece.
Russell and I have worked together a bunch of times, and I love working with my friends.
It's been a really long time. but I'm very excited about working with Russell Braun again.
For me as a Canadian who is speaking to you with a slight German accent, it's fascinating to delve into a role that is also métis, meaning half.
He is one of those mythic figures in Canadian history for which opera is a natural. He's larger than life.
I mean, this is the first time in many, many years that we have partnered with the National Arts Centre, and I'm very happy that this came along.
Louis Riel has the kind of scale in terms of an epic Canadian story. It's one of the great Canadian operas. It is perfect for 2017. Let's do it.
That's what I think is important about our cultural institutions, is we take on difficult subjects and we take them on with passion, with intelligence, with inclusion, with sensitivity, and we're brave.
I also think that it will be a project that is vital for the entire community.
Everyone must see this because it's just so Canadian and it should never be forgotten.
It could very well be a historical moment.
Like, this is not a lesson in Canadian history. It's an opera about Canada, about the Canadian condition.
To include a Canadian work in the repertoire of the great European operas says a lot about where we've come and perhaps where we might need to go in the future. It's very exciting.
I think what we love about Tosca is that she's human. She's not perfect. She is jealous, she's fiery, she's angry, she's a murderess, she's loving, she's soft, she's scared, all of these things, and it's those kind of colors that I love.
Adrienne throws herself into that part with like complete self-abandon, no stops, no caution, total dramatic commitment, and that's what makes her such a great Tosca, apart from, being able to really sing it.
It's such a joy to sing. It's so satisfying. Acting-wise, theatrically, vocally, it's a wonderful experience. So it really probably is my favorite role. It's got everything. I think often we sort of like to poo-poo Tosca and Puccini, and I find that demeaning. I really find that Puccini is one of the great opera composers of all time.
The way he writes music and the way he creates characters with his music, it's very hard to take sides that Puccini doesn't want you to take. You always know exactly who the bad guys and who the good guys are in his operas. I think it's a very, very effective piece of music.
It's not just some easy-peasy, light, frothy Italian opera. It is a masterwork.
Also, it's a very, very quick pace of drama. That's part of the attraction of the piece. That from the moment it starts, you never take a breath.
It's just some of the most gorgeous music ever written. For anyone curious about the opera, go see Tosca.